Hey, how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Down in the dungeon, down in the basement, rocking it, talking some keys of the game here for Class 6A, Round 2. Ready? I'm ready. Boylan at Cary Grove. Wow. Tremendous, tremendous second round game. A game that we are going to learn a lot about. Boylan and Cary Grove. Two teams you kind of wonder about a little bit. How good are they? How good they aren't. I think the key for Boylan in this ball game, defensively, can they match up with Cary Grove? We know Cary Grove runs a very disciplined kind of option veer offense. They love to play power football. Defensively, they run the 3-5-3. Which should be interesting to see how they match up against a very athletic Boylan team, especially Dembry Croft, their quarterback. So that is going to be a fun matchup to watch for Boylan. Now, for Cary Grove, the key is, can they defend a very athletic Boylan team in the 3-5-3? Can they avoid a shootout with the Titans and kind of ball control with their offense and kind of take control of this ball game? Great matchup, and one that I'm definitely going to be watching really close in 6A. Now, Marmion at Prairie Ridge. Two teams again, and I'll tell you, everyone kind of rips on 6A a little bit. There's some very good teams, and really from what I look at, there's like 2 or 3 in each side of the brackets that I think could really upset the apple cart here. I think Marmion and Crystal Lake, either one could be one of those teams. Now, the key for Marmion here against, I said Crystal Lake, Prairie Ridge, is certainly being able to match or out-physical the Wolves, and that's never an easy thing to do. Prairie Ridge, well-coached, very physical team. They like running the ball, yet can do some different things as well and have the personnel, I think, to match up with a Marmion. Now, the key for Prairie Ridge, really ball control, ball safety. You've got to play a clean game. Cannot give Marmion multiple chances because Marmion as well, very good quarterback in Brock Kruger, very good running game in Glasgow. The Cadets can do a lot of different things. So, again, a very, very good matchup there. Very interested to see how that one shakes out. Now, Batavia at Rolling Meadows. Batavia, everyone's on the bandwagon. Everyone's excited about the Bulldogs, and they should be in 6A. This was the loudest cheer you might have heard was when Batavia didn't pop up in 7A. So they are in 6A. They are taking on Rolling Meadows. Now, Meadows, again, just year in and year out, winning program, do a lot of good things at Meadows with the Mustangs. Now, the key for Rolling Meadows in this ball game is going to be how do they match up athletically with a very quick, very athletic Batavia team, especially the Batavia offense against the Meadows defense. That, to me, is the biggest matchup of the ball game. If Meadows can physically go toe-to-toe with Batavia, limit the Bulldogs' chances here, game on. Now, for Batavia, I think the key is defensively being able to slow down Meadows' passing game. Had a very, very good, I believe it's Bobby Suchecki, quarterbacks, had a very good year for Meadows. Again, a real key. So if you can limit that passing game and really keep Meadows to some 3-and-outs and let your offense do their thing, which Batavia's offense is very good, very diverse, all the better for the Bulldogs. Lake Forest at De La Salle. Again, another great match. This is one of those weeks where I wish I could be in 15 different places at once. Lake Forest, I think the key, and again, it's interesting because De La Salle's had some big-time injuries. Don't know who's going to really play in this game, if they're going to get some kids back. I know that Shelby Spence is out hurt. I know Mikhail Wilbon was out hurt last week. But De La Salle still has those 2 Division I offensive linemen, and that's a key for the Meteors. If they can come out and play power football, really ball control against the Scouts, all the better for De La Salle. Now, if you're Lake Forest, you've got to get Hub Sarimi going. He has been your bellwether player, your main to-go guy, and get him going against a kind of questionable De La Salle defense this year. The Meteors, for as much talent as they have had issues on defense all year long. So if the Scouts can get the meters in a shootout, that's all the better for Lake Forest. Now, in the lower part of the bracket, Argo. What a great story. Jimmy Innes couldn't be happier for a guy that just for years has just kind of treaded his way and fought to keep that program going, and couldn't be happier for Jimmy and Argo. They are going to Richards. Now, the key for Argo is quarterback Jason Noel. He has to have a huge game again. He has to be a factor. Argo has to be able to generate some offense this time around. Got shut out the first time, 27-0. Argo has to come up with a plan to get some offense going. Richards, the key, boy, if Richards is as sharp in this game as they were when I saw them last week against Yorkville, wow. I mean, the Bulldogs could win 6A as sharp as they looked on Saturday night. Richards has to continue to play like there is no tomorrow. They cannot lay back and take it easy against a team like Argo, because a team like Argo a second time around could beat this team. If Richards is on their game, they come out as sharp as they were Saturday night. The Bulldogs are tough. That's a key for the Bulldogs. Rich Central at Lincoln Way North. Well, if you're the Olympians, Julian Hilton. You got to stop Julian Hilton from Lincoln Way North. You have to find a way to limit the Phoenix. His touches, you can't let him stay out there for multiple plays, multiple series. If you're Rich Central and the Olympians, a kid like Malik Fountain's got to have a big game. You've got to limit the touches for Lincoln Way North. And if you're the Phoenix, you got to be able to defend against a pretty athletic Rich Central team here. The Olympians have some weapons. They can do some things, and athletically might give North some trouble, but I tell you what, again, another team I really like here in 6A is Lincoln Way North. It's a big task for Rich Central to go there and win, but I wouldn't count them out. Now, Providence Catholic at Quincy. Quincy, a big upset win over Rock Island. You've got to wonder how good is the Western Big Six, the Quad City teams. Quincy, generally, a very solid team, able to do a little bit of run and pass. The key is going to be being able to match up with the physicality from Providence Catholic for the Quincy. There's no doubt in my mind that Quincy is going to see some big kids, some strong kids, some fast kids out of Providence Catholic. Now, if you're the Celtics, the offense has to get going. And I mean, they have to find a way to either stick with the running game like they did in the second half. Providence went to the power eye in the second half against Crete. Got Dom Lagone going. When that happened, they end up pulling away and winning the ballgame over the defending state champs. Providence seems to continue to kind of tinker, find their way with their offense. You have to settle on something. Oh, and by the way, Providence has to get more touches than Miles Boykin. Has to from here on out. No doubt in my mind. Normal Community at East St. Louis. The Ironmen traveling down to the Lou. Very tough matchup. Now, if you're Normal Community, you have to play your ball game. You have to go out, run your offense. Normal generally a 65, 70% run to pass. Be able to do that against a very quick, a very athletic, but not a real deep East St. Louis Flyer team. So again, playing your game, playing a clean game, executing, finishing drives, and just not turning the ball over and getting into a shootout with the Flyers. If you're East St. Louis, again, the Flyers seem to have found an answer offensively with moving Greg Taylor into the backfield. And since Taylor's been in the backfield, that running game from East St. Louis has been just tearing it up. That has to continue. And with the Flyers, they also have to play clean. You have to limit the mistakes, limit the penalties, and really up your game and really, bring it to the next level. If the Flyers can continue to do that, they're as good as anyone in 6A. There you go. See ya.